Hey y'all. Well, back on my thinking rock again today after walking around the land and connecting with the trees and the birds. Oh, I see a bird nest in the tree right here. It's beautiful. What has been coming up for me is, gosh, I don't even know how to put this into words or how to say this out loud. So, bear with me while I try to, bring some big thoughts into a little more focused way. I think that all of us humans, are doing a lot of busy work, in our heads and in our feelings and out there in the world, whether it's in this world on technology or those who are trying to get busy and do things to be helpful out in the world physically. But we've all got a lot of ideas and thoughts about what's going on, and we all have a whole lot of feelings coming up about it all. And the busyness continues with us mostly. This is all part of the process of working around the medicine wheel. And so, but we're somehow, I feel like many of us are missing the fourth direction on the medicine wheel. So I'm just going to kind of backtrack a little bit. In the East, on the medicine wheel are our thoughts, and it's the first place on the medicine wheel that we visit. So we have to get to a place of our thoughts and getting clarity and wisdom about our thoughts, not just every little thought that comes up, because, gosh, usually our first thoughts are really wrong. We have to be honest. The way that our brains function is that we want to create a story, and oftentimes that story is inaccurate and wrong. So we have to work through our thoughts. We have to first, speak our thoughts out, and then we have to ask ourselves, what do we know to be true? Not what somebody else told us, not what somebody else did, but what do we know in our hearts? What do we know to be true? And then what is my understanding about it? And so that's the East on the medicine wheel. And I see that many are not getting past that first thought, that first maybe inaccurate thought. And then, we move on to the South on the medicine wheel, which is about our feelings and our emotions. And, what do we feel? Well, gosh, we have such a big range of feelings and emotions that are coming up for each of us. And quickly we want to make other people's emotions wrong. And we want to say that the way we feel is right and others are wrong, or we want to make ourselves wrong for what we're feeling, or, even the confusion around it, not knowing, or having so many different feelings at one time. So, in the South, we ask ourselves, what do I feel? And then what do I trust about those feelings? And then what about those feelings will bring me growth, will help me to grow? And then once we are able to move through those, then we go into the West on the medicine wheel. And that West place is about the physical. It's about our bodies, our physical bodies, manifestation, the planet, the physicality of this world that we live in. And it's about action. And so the first question, after we have gone through our thoughts and feelings now in the West, is we ask, what will I do? What will I do? What is the doing part? That's the manifestation, right? What will I do? And then what experiences have I had that will support that? And what experiences do I need to gain to support that as well? And then once we go through that understanding of our experiences, because that is the manifestation into the world, then the last question that we ask ourselves in the West is about here, inside. What is my intuition? What do I know in here, in my heart? What is my intuition telling me and guiding me based on all of these other things from the East and the South and the working through the West? And then once we get to that place in the heart and that place in our intuition, our intuitive piece, we go into the North. And the North asks us about cleansing. And so the North says, what do I need to release? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to cleanse out of my life or my thoughts or my feelings in order to be supported? And then once we clear, Then we ask, still in the north, what do we want to renew, this place of renewal? What experiences, what knowledge, what do we have that we want to bring forward into the world? And maybe we bring it forward in a different way. And then the last question that we ask ourselves in the north is, what will bring me peace? What will bring me peace? And I think, we humans right now are bouncing around between our thoughts and our feelings and our actions, but we're not moving all the way around into the north to find that peace. And so as long as we are bouncing around from east to west or south to east and all around there, and we don't make the completion around the circle and come into that place in the north, that place of renewal, that place of peace, then it's like we create our own suffering. And gosh, we're really good at that sometimes, aren't we? Creating our own suffering. So remember that this is a completion, from your thoughts to your emotions to your actions, then to your spirit, to the place of peace. So, I encourage you to take this process, move through this process in a way so that you can be supported, so that you can feel strong, and so that you can come back to the East with your thoughts and answer that question, what do I know to be true, on a very deep level, because honestly, the only thing that we can truly and clearly know to be true is within ourselves. Everything else out there, gosh, it can just be such an illusion, can it? So what do I know to be true? So I wish you all so much love and peace and happiness and deep, deep work, deep, deep connecting. And that's the hard part, isn't it? So I send you all love, and who knows what I'll be thinking next time on the Thinking Rock. So bye, everybody.